Welcome back to the Ricky Mathews Show from the Citizens Bank studio. I enjoyed that conversation with Hunter Dawkins. So much ground to cover when you have someone like Hunter who's really a jack of all trades in the news side. He covers the Saints and the Pelicans and Southern Miss, and he thinks about political situation. He's involved in the local situation. Again, local publishers have to do it all. And so I enjoy having Hunter on. I don't know how he finds the time to be a contributor to SuperTalk Mississippi News, but he is. And I respect him greatly and love visiting with him. So we'll have him back on a regular basis as we have been doing. Okay, I had my friend Robert St. John on recently. We talked about the success of his king cakes and the Loblolly Bakery and all of that. It was really a fascinating conversation. If you missed it, you can go look it up at SuperTalk Mississippi Facebook pages or the Ricky Mathews Show or your favorite podcast or so on. But it occurred to me that we ought to get Martha Allen, who leads Extra Table, kind of a brainchild of Robert's along the way, and they're doing amazing work providing food to food pantries across the state of Mississippi. And we've got the Extra Tables March of the Mayors coming up and other important things. And so I thought we'd catch up with Martha and give you some feel for what's up these days. Martha, how you been?
Hey, I'm great. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. And we got a lot going on here in Hattiesburg and throughout the state feeding those hungry.
Good. So keep in mind, we're recording this on Friday. This is going to be playing on Monday, okay, which is fine. No problem whatsoever. That's when we could get our calendars together.
Okay.
So, but it is, we are recording this on Valentine's Day, and it's important to you because you're newlywed. So how's the married life treating you?
The married life is great. He's been traveling all week, so we'll get to see each other tonight, and we are going to an Elvis Hunka Burnin' Love dinner in Vicksburg. So with the Elvis from the Tupelo Kings of Tupelo Netflix series. So it should be interesting, no doubt.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. There's so much to see in this state, isn't there? I mean, so many. Actually, people don't have to leave Mississippi. Go do the Blues Trail and see what I'm talking about if you haven't done that before. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's amazing. Being a little Delta girl, seeing all that grow over the years has been incredible. Growing up, and there was, it was just Clarksdale and BB King down the road. And now there's so much going on with the Blues. And, you can go in downtown Clarksdale and have a cup of coffee and hear 3 different languages being spoken. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's crazy, man. One of the farms that we lease for hunting purposes is up in Itabena. And that's where our main farm is, but up in Mentor City, and we'll be out in the middle of nowhere headed to Mentor City. And this is really in the middle of nowhere. And, there'll be a car from Washington State or Oregon or, California or you name it. And I immediately realized, well, they're doing the Blues Trail. That's why they're here. So that's kind of the way it is. But listen, remind people what Extra Table is all about. The work that you're doing to fight hunger in this state is extremely important, and a lot of really important stuff coming up. But give them the short.
Absolutely. So at Extra Table, we were founded by Chef Robert St. John 15 years ago. So 15 years of feeding those hungry throughout the state of Mississippi. And we are not a canned food drive. We are a food bank. So we're like the parent company, and we fundraise in order to purchase new, healthy, and shelf-stable food that we deliver to food pantries and soup kitchens, 63 food pantries and soup kitchens every single month for free. So those hungry neighbors of ours are fed. And we love getting to tell our story on the Ricky Mathews Show and supporting the coast. It's y'all have been a partner of Extra Table since the early days.
Well, and one of the ways that is currently understood and appreciated is when you think about the work that you're doing with the mayors on the March of the Mayors, and when you bring important partners in like Ingalls Shipbuilding, what a terrific story that is.
It is so cool. So, the coast is a special place. That first and foremost. And it's so fun getting to drive that hour south and experience the camaraderie and the fun competition that the coast has between city and city from left to right. So this event, March of the Mayors, started in 2021, the year there was no Mardi Gras, and It was a COVID year and a mayoral election year, I must confess. And so we had 7 food pantries on the coast at that point, and we went to our mayors and we said, hey, will you champion one healthy shelf-stable item for 4 weeks? And so each city across the coast is going to champion a different item. And they all said yes. Well, we start promoting it and the phone starts ringing. And I believe the mayor of Diamond Head was the first one to call and say, can we get in on this? This sounds fun. And so they joined the calls. And now we are up to, I believe, either 13 or 14 mayors that participate across the coast. And Ingalls spearheads the event. They're our regional sponsor, and they work really hard to get their shipbuilders out in the community and opportunities for them to volunteer and to help feed those hungry. And so it's a cool partnership, and we're in the collection phase. So we have I guess we've got 9 days left to collect at this point. So get ready. Collection ends the 26th, and on the 28th is a packing party in Gulfport.
So explain exactly what you're hoping to accomplish here and what role everyone can play. As you talk about collection, how do we collect in a way that favors the mayor that's the most important to us?
Yeah, so let's say you live in Mayor Fofo Gillich's city, Biloxi. So Biloxi is collecting 1 pound bags of dried beans. So beans. That's all they're thinking about in Biloxi. And I believe the Catholic high school is also collecting for them. So if you have you go to the grocery store, or you grab a bag of beans to support your mayor, and in Biloxi, you're going to take it to the fire department, city hall, the community center, or the Biloxi Visitor Center. You're going to drop off your bag of beans, and the mayor his goal is 2,000 bags of beans. And if he can get more, that is even better. He'll collect for 4 weeks. And then on Friday, February the 28th, we gather at 9:00 in all the cities. Each city from across the coast collects a different item, and we come together for a packing party. And one healthy shelf-stable item from each city across the coast. So Pass Christian is corn, Moss Point is fruit, Pascagoula is canned tuna. So there's quality, healthy food that goes in these boxes, and it's one item from each city. So it's the whole coast, all that love and all that work packed into a box to feed our hungry neighbors right there. And the food goes down the assembly line, and everybody puts it in the boxes. And at the end of the assembly line is the food pantries are there, and they pick the food up, and it goes right to their shelves that day.
And you're calling it a packing party because literally that's what you're doing. You're bringing it all together, and it's a massive undertaking, isn't it?
It is a massive undertaking, and the coast is the grand finale. So we call it Mississippi's largest food box packing party. The Neshoba County Fair, they can have the largest house party, but we're the largest food box packing party. And we start out on Monday, the 24th in the Delta. We have that region. On Tuesday, we go to North Mississippi and Tupelo. We'll be in Jackson, the capital city, the metro, on Wednesday. Thursday in the Pine Belt, and we wrap her up with the coast on Friday.
What a week. Holy mackerel.
It's a week. We have an 18-wheeler that follows us with all of our supplies that is donated by Jones Trucking and Logistics, one of the Jones companies out of Hattiesburg. So that big red vehicle, big 53-foot truck will be following us all week. And we show up and set up a little mini factory assembly line, and we're looking for volunteers. Your first directive is to go collect and donate to support your mayor. And your second is to let your boss know you're going to need about 2 hours off work on Friday the 28th, and come in your employee t-shirt so we can see who you represent. And it's a whole lot of fun. We've got Mardi Gras beads and moon pies, the works.
Hey, incidentally, you mentioned canned tuna. Just so you're aware, did you see there was a recall of some canned tuna? Yeah.
Very good question. So there is a recall on the canned tuna with the pop tops. So if there was a pop top, they didn't seal properly in, so they are able to leak or get bacteria. So, but the regular canned tuna cans are safe, but you can also flip if you feel more comfortable to picking up some canned salmon or canned chicken at the grocery store instead. It's just about getting that quality protein.
There you go. So you say quality focus, but the truth is, from the very beginning, Extra Table was driven by the fact that too many people who are hungry in this state don't have available to them healthy food options. And so that's been a huge goal of yours, hasn't it?
Yes, you're exactly right. So Robert's a creative guy, and when he founded Extra Table, he founded it on 2 points: that when we raise funds for food publicly, it's all going. I mean, when we raise funds publicly, it's all going to food. There's a separate 501c3 that takes care of our administrative costs, and all the food is quality, healthy food. So we are fighting hunger and obesity hand in hand.
Good stuff. When we come back on the other side, we'll find out what else is going on. That's a lot, but what else is going on in Martha Allen Price these days at Extra Table? We'll continue our conversation on the other side. Welcome back to the Ricky Mathews Show from the Citizens Bank Studio. We're visiting with my friend Martha Allen Price, who is the executive director for Extra Table here in Mississippi. And we just got finished talking about the March of the Mayors. It's not just a coast event. The fact that you guys are biting off a week-long Mississippi-wide effort like that with just that tiny staff, really, really supported by volunteers, or you'd be toast without it. It's amazing that you're doing that.
It is amazing. It's so fun to see how our little bitty staff can just multiply to conquer such a huge event that is statewide. And we can only do it with the wonderful partners and sponsors that we have across the state. And, volunteers make the magic happen. We can only do so much. And this event is definitely made strong by the mayors, the sponsors, the people that help collect in all the communities, our food pantry partners, and just all the volunteer champions. That's what makes this event super successful. And it's just so fun.
Hey, listen, you don't have to name them all, but just to give people a flavor of the food pantries, for example, on the coast, give us a couple of examples.
Yeah, so we support food pantries, soup kitchens, and even a school program. So in Pascagoula, we're supporting the Backpack Buddies program. In Gaucher, it goes to a church. We've got Back Bay Mission in Biloxi. And, it's just fun. Each of the food pantries, they have such different personalities, each one across the coast. And it's fun to see how they work and what they do and how many people they each serve. And they're all different sizes. And our relationships with each of them are really special.
Yeah, that's really good. So look, when you look back, like the holidays, it's always a special time for you guys. There's always needs during the holidays. There's really never a time where you get to just rest.
Nope.
You look back on last year, how did you guys do? What you have new goals for this year?
We have a new goal every year. This year is our 15th anniversary. We had a great year last year. I was really nervous with a presidential election, and the inflation levels is high. We're seeing a 25% increase over commodities from the last 2 to 3 years. So, it's hurting all of us, especially those low income partners of ours that are hungry, that our food pantries are serving. And so I was anxious. And we had a great year, and our tax credit, many people supported us through our income tax credit and ad valorem tax credit. So we finished the year strong, our 14th year, and we are in our 15th now. So 15 years of feeding. And we have lots of different goals this year. We're working on a lot of different fun campaigns and incentives, and we'll be releasing things all year, and be sure that you hear them first on the Ricky Mathews Show.
Well, I really appreciate you doing that. One of the things that occurs to me, we talked about English Shipbuilding being such an important partner. There are other partners. Some volunteers may come and go, some partners may come and go, but there's a core of partners that have been kind of with you for a while. They are critical to the mission, aren't they?
There are, a great example of that is Ingalls. They champion this event. They take the towns right near the shipyard. They really support those cities in helping them collect and encouraging their shipbuilders to collect for those cities. And they show up in their sea of red with all their T-shirts on the day of the event, and it's really special. We just recently partnered with Mississippi Power for their 100th anniversary. They were celebrating the centennial, and we did that on Martin Luther King Day. In their service area, we packed and distributed food boxes, and that was how they wanted to celebrate their day of service. And it was really cool to see all their leadership out there with us. So we had events on in Gulfport for the coast, in Hattiesburg for the Pine Belt, and Meridian for that region. And it was a lot of fun. But you're right. I mean, it's the partners that we've worked with over the years, and the faces change sometimes, but they still stay the same. FEB, beer distributorship, they're a huge partner. Orcon Construction is a big partner. We have so much. We appreciate so many people, so many banks. Hancock Whitney's been a partner since the beginning of Extra Table, and that's the thing. We can't do it without anyone. And whether you're a business or an individual, $5 makes a difference. Not everybody can give $5,500, but $5 feeds a family for 20 meals. So that's an incredible impact that each of us can make. And we each need to try to make that commitment to whether it be Extra Table or an organization like Extra Table throughout the year.
And what's good, again, about Extra Table is you're not in the food pantry business. You're in the business of providing healthy foods to food pantries. So
Correct.
If you want to make an impact across the state, there's probably no better way. When you think about 100% of the donation will go to buying food. The administrative costs associated with that are borne by other funding capabilities, and so that
Correct.
makes us good. If you give the $5, it's going straight to somebody. And
yes, we're like the St. Jude of feeding. Yeah. Everybody understands the St. Jude program and how it's free for people to go there. And so at Extra Table, whatever you donate to us is going back out to feed those hungry. And we do it the most efficient and effective way. And we take great pride in being the parent company, so to say, and giving all the food.
And the website's easy to remember. Remind people how to get it.
extratable.org. If every home or business had an Extra Table, our hungry neighbors would be fed.
Yeah, there you go. So easy to remember. extratable.org. Listen, Martha, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you.
Thanks, Ricky. Have a great day.
You bet. This has been a wonderful show about great work that's happening to feed people who are hungry. Really, really good. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.